North America is teeming with important Lithuanian heritage sites, Lithuanian churches, Lithuanian cemeteries, monuments for Lithuania and Lithuanians, and so on. And we have visited, photographed, and mapped every such site on our website map.lithuania.com. On the map you see many markers. Each of these markers represent a single Lithuanian site in America. You can zoom in and see its exact location. You can click on every of these markers and read a little bit of story. In order to read more, you can click this link here and you will be redirected to the Encyclopedia article from global.lithuania.com about all the Lithuanian heritage sites in the area. The markers are presented in different colors. The colors are based on the type and also the importance of the site. So the red markers show the sites related to religion. These are Lithuanian churches, Lithuanian convents, and other religious sites. Then secular sites are marked by green markers. So these include Lithuanian cemeteries, Lithuanian clubs, and other buildings. And the yellow markers show the sites related to the memory of Lithuanians. So these are monuments built to commemorate Lithuanians. These are locations named after places in Lithuania or Lithuanians, and these are also graves of some famous Lithuanians. There are 4 categories of locations based on how well they are surviving and how important and how interesting are they to tourists and other visitors. So the darkest markers show the most important locations. For example, New York Transfiguration Church or East St. Louis Immaculate Conception Lithuanian Church, which are both built in the modern Lithuanian architectural style, which was actually developed by Lithuanian-American architects. No contemporaries in Lithuania itself, as Lithuania was occupied by the Soviet Union at the time. Likewise, there are the most important Lithuanian cemeteries are marked in dark green. Then there are slightly lighter markers. These show important and well-surviving places that are interesting to anybody interested in Lithuanian heritage. And then even lighter color shows the locations where there are just maybe some inscription or bas-relief or something else that shows its relation to Lithuanian history, but actually not much else. And then there's yet another category of sites. It is marked by the markers of the lightest shade of them all, and it is actually not even visible from the start. You have to click here to show all the sites. And then the map will transform and additional sites will be marked. So these are sites where actually nothing Lithuanian remains. These may be demolished Lithuanian churches, like here in London, Ontario, but the buildings may actually survive, but no Lithuanian inscriptions or details or anything else remain, as they are closed down and used by somebody else and everything is removed. So you can turn it on or you can turn it off. In order to find some particular locations, there are multiple ways to do that. You can zoom in on the region. You can also choose the region from the regional maps, let's say Massachusetts, or from the city maps, let's say, for example, Pittsburgh, which also includes all of suburbs of Pittsburgh. You can also use the search and write in the name of the location. And you can also change the map so it would show only particular sites. For example, right now it shows all types of the sites, but you can choose to show only the sites related to religion or only the secular organizations, buildings and cemeteries of secular organizations, or only cemeteries, for example. You can also choose by category. You can choose only to see the about 30 most important Lithuanian heritage sites, and you can choose all surviving sites or all Lithuanian sites. The initial map shows the northeast of the United States, New England, Mid-Atlantic, and Midwest, where the Lithuanian heritage sites are concentrated the most. You can both zoom out and see the scarcer Lithuanian sites in the south or the west coast or even Alaska. You can also zoom in on the most densely Lithuanian regions, such as the Chicagoland, and see every single Lithuanian site located there. In Chicagoland alone, there are 100 Lithuanian sites. In Pennsylvania coal region alone, there are about 100 Lithuanian sites, about 50 in the New York City area, and so on. So there is lots to explore. The website includes not only the map. Our sister website, global.trulithuania.com, which we have also created, is Encyclopedia of Lithuanian Heritage Abroad. Every single location which you can click on the map has a link to a wider article about Lithuanian heritage sites in the area. And then you go to Global Through Lithuania, Encyclopedia of Lithuanian Heritage Abroad, and there is a long article about all the Lithuanian heritage sites and churches and clubs and memorials in Cleveland area. There is actually much more information here than on the map itself, and also a lot more pictures. And unlike map.trulithuania.com, which covers only the North America, global.trulithuania.com also covers the entire world. So we have also Lithuanian sites in Argentina, in Brazil, articles about countries in Europe and their Lithuanian heritage like Denmark or Finland. Everything is available here and you can read. Some are longer, let's say article on Chicago is book length almost, and some are shorter, but nevertheless all of them are interesting and important. I also suggest to follow us on True Lithuania Facebook site, where you can read all the news and all the Lithuanian heritage sites we have recently researched. And we also offer interviews recorded with local Lithuanians who celebrate their Lithuanian heritage in this very channel, so please subscribe this channel. Let's go back to the map of Lithuanian heritage sites abroad. And here we can also see additional information. Here about this website shows our criteria, what sites are included. So if you know additional sites, you may send us these sites. If they meet our criteria, we will include them into the map. Also, you can see authors of the map, so it's not only me, of course, but hundreds of people who helped us, who told us the stories of these sites, who allowed us into these Lithuanian churches and Lithuanian clubs. Some of these people, unfortunately, are no longer around us, but their knowledge survives through the global.trulithuania.com encyclopedia and the interviews we have recorded. You can find our contacts. Here's a link to the encyclopedia. Here is also About Lithuania. It is a link to a True Lithuania website, which is concentrated on Lithuania itself. Much of information available about Lithuania, cities, cultures, history, and more. And then you can leave your comments and suggestions here. There are some sites we know to have existed, but we don't know their locations. You can read them. So far, very few have remained because people have been helping us and we have discovered the rest. And this is a link to video interviews, which we record in America and elsewhere with local Lithuanians. So these are first-person stories about the Lithuanian history and history of these sites. And the last but not the least, virtual tours of Lithuania, which are available on our YouTube channel. Just as the interviews are available, here you can see tours by drone, where we fly over Lithuania with drone, and the commentary track provides information about history and culture of each of these sites. It is interesting to note that when I started recording this video, the map was still a little bit smaller. Since then, additional expedition took place, and we have added some 80 additional Lithuanian heritage sites, some of them in the same regions rich of Lithuanian heritage, but we have visited additional regions as well. For example, Winnipeg with its former Lithuanian church and club, or Thunder Bay, Ontario with its memorial to Lithuania. These regions are very far away, so it took thousands of kilometers of driving to reach these sites, but the project still continues. The map is still being expanded, and hopefully we will also research more regions all over the world. And we are very grateful to our sponsors, without whom this project would not be possible. If you would like to support our work and our project and our voluntary activities here, you may do so on the Patreon platform. I invite you to click here and check True Lithuania Patreon. If you are interested, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to check map.truelithuania.com and global.truelithuania.com from time to time, because they are constantly updated with additional sites. This is a project that never stops, and I hope it will never stop until we will add all the Lithuanian heritage sites here, but I think 95% or more are already included. So thank you for using our website and YouTube channel, and best luck to you all.